The Long Quiche Goodbye, Chapter 1, and please forgive my French accent. I am not dead, Charlotte, Grandpère Etienne said. But you are retired, Pépère. I tweaked his rosy cheek and skirted around him to throw a drop cloth over the rustic wooden table that usually held wheels of cheese like Abbé de Belloc, Manchego, and Humboldt Fog, the latter cheese a great pairing with Chardonnay. Dust billowed up as the edges of the drop cloth hit the shop floor. A retired person may have an opinion? Yes, he can, I smiled, but you put me in charge. You and Matthew, my adorable cousin. If I had a brother, he would be just like Matthew, bright, funny, and invaluable as an ally against my grandfather when he was being stubborn. What does Matthew say about all this? Pépère folded his arms around his bulging girth. The buttons on his blue striped shirt looked ready to pop. The doctor said Pépère needed to watch his weight and cholesterol, and I had been trying to get him to eat more of the hard cheeses that contained a lower fat content than the creamy cheeses he loved so much. But he had perfected the art of sneaking little bites. What was I to do? I gave my grandfather's shoulder a gentle squeeze. Pépère, I love this place. So does Matthew. We only want the best for it. Trust us. That's why you made us partners. Bah! So many changes. Why fix something that isn't broken? The shop made a good profit last year. Because life is all about change. Man does not live by cheese alone, I joked. Pépère didn't smile. Fromagerie Bassett, or as the locals in the little town of Providence, Ohio like to call it, the cheese shop, needed to expand and get with the times. Our proximity to Amish country was driving more and more tourism in our direction. The town was exploding with bed and breakfasts, art galleries, candle and quilt shops, and fine restaurants. To take advantage of the boom, Matthew and I decided the shop needed a facelift. We had stowed all the cheeses in the walk-in refrigerator until the renovation was complete. The sign on the door of the shop read, "Closed." Pépère, why don't you take a walk in the vegetable garden? The town had a co-op vegetable garden and hothouse in the alley behind the shops on Hope Street. Pluck me some basil, maybe some heirloom tomatoes. I intended to sell homemade basil pesto in jars. For a simple treat, basil pesto, ladled over a scoop of locally made chèvre and served with flatbread and a slice of a juicy heirloom tomato, is an economical gourmet delight. Pépère muttered something in French. I understood. Give the horse the reins, and the rider is quickly thrown off. For a little more than 30 years, I had heard Pépère's witticisms and grown in the tutelage of his wisdom about all things cheese. Today, I turned a deaf ear. I needed to concentrate. Everything for the reopening of the shop was going smoothly, so far. But if we were to finish by next week, we had to maintain a strict schedule. The decorator was due any minute with the updated kitchen fixtures and lighting fixtures, none of which had been switched out since 1957. Antiques were to be prized in a home, but not in a thriving business concern. The painter was scheduled to arrive at noon to paint the walls and refinish the 12-foot wood counter to the rear of the store, hence the need to stow the cheese and cover the display tables with drop cloths. The painter would stain the wood a warm honey brown to match the ladderback stools by the Madura gold granite tasting counter, and then paint the walls Tuscany gold. Yesterday, we had installed extra shelving that would soon be loaded with new additions like pâtés, chutneys, homemade jams made without pectin or preservatives, gourmet olives, crackers, and artisanal breads. I would cluster cheese baskets, gifts, and accessories on the 5 oak barrels stationed around the shop. My favorite gifts, the olive wood-handled knives from France, the copper fondue pots from Italy, and the crystal cheese trays from Ireland, would sit on the largest barrel prominently stationed in the middle of the room. Over the last year, thanks to the internet, I had visited many wonderful places and found one-of-a-kind items. I hope you enjoy this little taste of the long quiche goodbye. Remember, you can always click the links below in the description to either buy my book or get to my website so you can learn more about the cheese shop mysteries. Thanks for tuning in.